Welcome to this new documentary. If this is your first time, let me introduce myself. I am Engineer Hiddekel Morrison and I appreciate you deciding to watch this educational content, where we will see and analyze how the Orion ship returns to planet Earth from the Moon, a perfect ending that completes the first stage of the mission that will take humans to the Moon again, and will establish a permanent base on the lunar surface. Join me, thanks to applied technology, in this new educational adventure, from the perspective of an engineer. Let's start. The Orion capsule returned very successfully to planet Earth from the Moon on Sunday, December 11th, a day that was not coincidental, since it marks the 50th anniversary of the return of Apollo 17, the last mission manned by humans to reach the Moon, and that it is precisely the objective that the United States Space Agency, NASA, together with the European Space Agency now want to repeat, to take humans to the Moon, this time permanently and as an operational base to later conquer the planet Mars. The Orion spacecraft completed a 26-day journey during which all the systems of this spacecraft and the Advanced Space Launch System, SLS, rocket, the most powerful in the world, have been tested for the first time. With this landing, a critical phase has been successfully completed. The Orion spacecraft entered the Earth's atmosphere at hellish temperatures and reduced its speed from 40,000 km per hour to 30 km/h in just 20 minutes. A set of impressive feats that will allow us to take humans to the Moon, as we explain below. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, activating notifications, so that with your support, we can continue frequently generating interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. It was a perfect ending. Carlos Garcia Galan, Spanish engineer from the European Space Agency, member of the Artemis mission team. As planned, the Orion ship splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, on the west coast of Baja California, near Guadalupe Island. The USS Portland Navy salvage ship has been commissioned to pick up the capsule, and take it ashore to examine its condition, analyze the data collected and determine if NASA can effectively give the green light to the next mission, Artemis 2, in which astronauts will travel to orbit the Moon, predictably in the year 2024. During the 26 days that the Orion spacecraft has been in space, the only problems experienced by the Orion have been some temporary communication losses on certain frequencies, a small failure of the electrical distribution system, and unforeseen interference between the thrusters and the Starship sensors. The only failure of Artemis I have been some satellites called CubeSats launched together with the Orion spacecraft. Although they all passed close to the Moon on November 21st, of the 10 launched, only 4 appear to be working properly. But after this great success of the most important mission, which was to test the technology of this type of ship in which the next human beings will go to the Moon, now, everything is ready for the Artemis 2 mission to take off in the year 2024 or 2025 on a 10-day mission with 4 people to the Moon. Although first it will be necessary to repair and modify the launch platform that suffered slight damage during the launch, in addition to developing the life support systems of the Orion spacecraft for this next mission, since Artemis I did not carry any of these systems. To achieve this next phase, the NASA SpaceX contractor company has a great challenge, since it is in charge of developing the lunar module called HLS for the Artemis 3 and Artemis 4 missions. SpaceX should have the lunar version of the Starship ready for an unmanned test in 2024 and for the Artemis 3 mission in 2025. Many manufacturing, innovation and testing challenges of new technologies that if we start from the resounding success of this Artemis I mission, we can say that no later than the year 2025 we will have the next human beings on the Moon, capturing images and collecting information from a great value and great quality with the technology that is available today. Every day the permanent base of human beings on the Moon and the long-awaited arrival of humans on the planet Mars become clearer and closer. I would like to know your comments. Remember that I always read them. As usual, we appreciate your information with us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and novelties about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.